Is somebody listening to what I'm saying? Anger. If you continue, let me explain this. We talk about altar. This place is not altar. This is a pulpit. But it is consecrated to say, this is the altar. But the altar is invisible. Are you following what I'm saying? Now, the real altar in this church is not anywhere. You can change the design of this church and take the position and say everybody will face here. So we take this pulpit, reconstruct that place, and change the seating arrangement. All of us are facing there. Onye bataya say, eba ka dawaziri all time. Are you following? That is not the altar. What makes the altar is the covenant. It is the activity. The activity. The activity. So every time you come in here, you pray, you worship God, you invite God. Every time. As you continually do that, the Spirit of God comes to settle. So somebody can come into this church tomorrow morning when nobody is in service and sits down there and kneels down there or even lies down there, and after staying there, God meets him because he has entered into the place of covenant. No pastor is here to pray for the person, but the Spirit of God is here because there's a covenant in this house. Are you following? So when you are involved in activity, a time comes when you don't need to think about ashe. The Spirit puts it in your mouth immediately. I'm going to Uzola, time Uzola. How many more minutes? 10. Let me just summarize it. So, I want you to know that some of us have invited the spirit of anger. So, even when they tell you sorry, you don't want to hear it. You are now possessed. You are possessed. Number 6, anger does not work out the righteousness of Christ. No time anger will work out the righteousness of Christ. Are you with me today? Now, let's look at this. Anger, number 7, anger can be controlled. I repeat, anger can be controlled. Tell your neighbor, control yourself. Control yourself. Touch the person and tell the person, control yourself. Now, it's even possible no only na meto aka enwe problem. Ya brogo wane meto yaka nwere problem. So, kutu onwe aka nobi. Bo onwe aha. Don, control yourself. Control. Can you say that? Say it pray properly. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. James chapter 1 verse 19 and 20. Very quickly. James chapter 1 verse 19 and 20. James chapter 1 verse 19 and 20. Look at this. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. You must all be quick to what? Slow and slow. Verse 20. Human anger does not produce that is why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Did you hear what I said? Somebody listen to this. Let me explain this to you. The day God showed me this, I became another person. God gave us 2 ears that does not have blockage. So you cannot control what enters here. But he gave you 1 mouth for your reaction and put a gate in front of it. You can't control what enters here, but you can control what comes out of here. Because the real problem is not what enters, but what comes out. You can't control yourself. Even in the church, in Atamu, in the house in atam. Mmadụ ga na-ehi ụra ya na atam. Anger can be controlled. Now, let me talk about 3 ways you react when you're angry. I'm not going to speak about it. Find yourself and begin to caution yourself. There are 3 ways you appear, you behave when you're angry. Number 1, there are people who are aggressive. We call it aggressive reaction. They don't contain it. Ụfọdụ they aggressive with their mouth, while others are aggressive with their hands. Ịnọrọ ha nso ha kwapụghị n'ụzọ. Ụfọdụ agaghị emetụ gị aka, but ha ga-eji ọnụ gwa gị ihe mmadụ agwabeghị before. Ma ịkpacha anya ị ga-akwụ ụdọ maka ihe mmadụ gwara gị n'ọnụ. There are people like that. If they don't talk, they cannot be free. Some of you are looking at me, you know yourself. I'm saying it so that if you don't know your weakness, you cannot know how to handle it. There is nothing you cannot improve in yourself. I don't have all the time. There are people who are aggressive. Don't they? Oh, when you hack up, why you gotta let photo wedding ya, kuliya. Get the nonsense over here. And you don't know what, they don't understand spiritually. Every physical action has a spiritual implication. They become aggressive. Number 2, there are people, their way of reaction is what we call isolative reaction. They stay away. They move away. Iga honyo ya chiri mkimoto po. Iga honyo ya have bedroom. Gana nko mwaka gana. Ufoda hapo lo po na eziga no. Ufodo ikpo na phone ha ga azage ha gbachiri nkiti. They isolate. They hate confrontation. I'm saying it so that you can understand your partner. Onye atolari ishi na azo na ehi ona. Ahode ya. Oh, di ha ina ha baso mi iwe ina shiri monya. Are you hearing what I'm saying? There are people like that. They won't. Boy look bala. That's what happened to that man. And you don't know that when the devil removes you, you have given him space to come in. I agreed with my wife when we got married 26 years ago. We agreed on certain things. Number 1, nobody must sleep angry. You must communicate your problem. Number 2, in my house, you must never say, leave me alone. You must never say it, leave me alone. Bible says, woe to him that is alone. That means cursed is the man that is alone. So there are people who, they isolate, they get out. Aga abasa church. Come haga ala n'ụlọ, ha chọọ n'ụlọ mmadụ ga. Ha ga-alọta n'ime abalị mgbe ha chọrọ ihi ụra. Ụfọdụ ga-aga nọrọ n'ọfịs. Some will go somewhere and stay. Go out on the street and see. I met a young man in a hotel where I was for a program. I came out because there was mosquito. So I told them to fleet my room. And then I had to go outside. I decided to do a prayer walk around the hotel. And right inside the car park was a car parked. The glass is not down. A man not just on the driver's seat, not there. Just not there. I passed, the Spirit ministered to me, talked to that man. And I came to the window, I said, are you all right? Yeah, I asked him, no. He said, what's the problem? He said, I don't want to talk about it. I said, no, you can talk about it. I asked him, who are you? He said, my name is Don Odunze, I'm a pastor. He said, it is you pastors that are my problem. At the end of the day, the problem was the wife and their pastor. And he had nobody to go and talk to. So I started talking to him. Imana nwoka rituru mepe boot. Pajamas ya. If oge yi go shoe ya no n'ime boot. Toothpaste, toothbrush no n'ime boot. Obi na moto. A man with a good house. On a touchy, but obogi touchy. May that kind of problem not come to your life. There are people, they move out. And number 3, because my time is up, there are people that we call silent reaction. What is silent reaction? They won't touch you. They won't break anything. They will not walk out. They will stay there with you. But they won't serve him. Ijo ha juju, sharp answer. Yes. No. Obasarage. Kagini meze.